Hello, everybody. This is September 3rd, Friday, the Labor Day weekend. Enjoy it. I'm John Zidars, and on behalf of PB Alerts, giving you the alerts you want, but the training you need, these are my Momo plays. In the morning, I do a show on stocks that we went and found the night before, and we're going to play in the morning, and we're out by 10 in the morning. Now I do an afternoon show where we go searching for stocks to play the next day, which will now be Tuesday. So keep that in mind. It's a long weekend. A lot of things can change over the weekend. Market sentiment, world news, even the company itself. So on Tuesday morning, on this list, check the stocks, make sure nothing's changed so that you don't get caught off guard. Now I am looking for a particular setup to play. This is the type of setup I am looking for. Just so you're aware of it, this should jump out at us. We are looking for lots of growth in the green. Particularly though, I am looking at the last two bars. 5-10 minutes, I want to see power going out the door. Not just heading to the door, going out the door. And I want to see that volume up there. The last volume I want to see pushing up. That is the crowd just cramming through the door. MACD, we want to see a tsunami of blue. That blue line on the top, lots of green underneath, and the wave is pushing up. The higher and more parabolic it's going, the better. Then over here, the bottom is the RSI. Anything above 70 is on fire. That is kicking. We want it to be like a rocket taking off. Flames just coming out the bottom, tearing it up. So we've got a tree up here with lots of water underneath being heated by the Earth's core. And over here, I am going to set up a little box like this, which will zoom in on this corner so that you can see, because this is the most important spot to me in my whole search. Right there in that corner, I want to see fire. If there's no fire, then there's no urgency, and we want to stock with urgency. So now you know exactly what it is we're looking for, and we can just let our eyes look for the green, the blue, and the red, and we can scan, and we can find things pretty quickly. Now I've got 3 rules. These rules minimize the risk of this play. It can be a very risky play. It's quick. You're kind of forced to make decisions rashly, and I don't want that. So we're taking the first minute to look at the list, watch what's moving to the top, watch the charts. Get your charts up, folks. You have to have charts to make these plays. The first minute, it may dip. That happens a lot. But the second minute, it takes off and it runs for the rest of the half hour. So I've got 3 rules here to minimize my risk. Rule number 1, I am out by 10:05 at the latest. I've noticed in the market that the OTC market, which is primarily what we play because there's little pre-market, after-market activity, that can change the setup of the end of the day before the beginning of the next day. So we try to avoid that if at all possible. But I want out by 10:05 because at that time of the morning, the OTC market stocks hesitate. And you can see they're deciding, what am I going to do? Am I going to continue climbing? Am I going to fall? Or am I going to go sideways? I don't wait around for the end of that decision. I'm out at 10 o'clock, 10:05, the latest. My second rule, if I make a gain over 20%, I hit the sell button. I'm out of there. Now these happen normally within the first few minutes. You get these huge bounces. These huge bars jump up. They can go 50, 70, 100. I've seen them go 200%, and we're talking in seconds. They are just flying. Folks, you don't have time to calculate. You don't have time to do any figuring. What you had time to do, as soon as you bought your stock, you set up your sell, and you sell at market. You cannot buy at market, you must buy at limit. So when you buy a stock, you have to come in above the price. If it's at 0.06, you better come in at 0.064 or 0.065 because you want the price to run into you. When it ended yesterday, it was going up. So when it starts, it's going to keep going up from shares that were in the queue from yesterday. They're selling this morning, pushing the price up. Then your shares will get purchased, and the price will be higher. So you want your price up here, so as the price comes up, it hits you. And if the price stops short, you get the lowest price, and you're in the game. But when you're getting out, you sell at market. market. It will grab the price, whatever it is. So if it jumps up to 70% and starts to fall, you hit your sell button. It may have come down to here by the time you actually got your sale off. You wanted 20%, it hit 70%. When you sold, you only got 49%. Not a bad deal. That works in your favor. And that's the kind of play we are doing. And the third and final rule, if it starts to fall, get out. Folks, this is a Momo play. It's built on momentum. It's supposed to go up, up, up. If it starts to fall, it's going the wrong direction. It's the wrong stock. We made a mistake. No blame. Get out as fast as you can. Now, there's a difference between a dip and a fall. We want you out if it's going to fall. We want to save your assets. You need to keep that money for tomorrow. I use the same $500 day after day after day. I don't have to get more money. I use the same money, so I can't afford to lose it. So get out as soon as you see it falling and just try again tomorrow. You're not going to win them all, and that's what you need to know. 8 out of 10, if you do this right, you'll get something. And on certain days, you'll get a lot. All right, let's go jump into our search right now and let's find some goodies. Okay, we are over here at Think or Swim, TOS. That is a trading platform that you can get absolutely free. Just sign up for Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade trading account. That too is absolutely free. And you can have this. It does everything. It scans, searches, charts. There's so much you can do with it, and it would cost you hundreds of dollars if you try to get a chart like this anywhere else. Great deal. All right, what we're going to do is set up a search just for the last price. And I am setting this search between 001. I like to trade sub-penny stocks. 001 moves to 002. It's only that much of a move. I doubled my entire investment. That's 100% gains. You buy at $1, it's a little tougher to get to $2. So I like these. They can be some good quick payoffs. And I'm going to go all the way up to $1. The highest we've gone is 50 cents. And I'll tell you the reason I don't like to push it high. There are two factors involved. One, when you go higher prices, there is more pre-market, after-market activity, and that changes our setup. The second reason is I only get a search of 2,000 stocks from the letter A down, or I can go 2,000 stocks from the letter Z up. If you have a big spread on your price, you end up with too many stocks and you miss right in the middle. And this search I have right now goes from A to H and then M to Z. So we're missing I, J, K, L. Now, I don't know if we're missing all of them or just some of them. So it's just a little bit. I don't think it's going to hurt us at all. All right, over here will be where we put our list. This is my 5-minute chart. This is what we're looking at. This is where I want you to zoom in on. We're going to be looking now. This is 5 minutes, and that's as close as I can get just leaving it alone. I can zoom in, and this is what I'm going to be looking at. We are looking at the last two bars all the way down. This section right, it won't let me get in that close. This section right here. Now you can see over here, I have put a magnification of the RSI right here. My favorite place to look is this corner, folks. I'm looking for red right here. Now that red line can be all the way across here. I would love that. But I need it in this upper corner. I want a big wave and I want that green. But without the fire, all of this is pretty much wasted. I need to cook my meal or the meal is no good, even though it's quality food. We got to cook it. All right, then I got these quick buttons over here. Look at that. As fast as I click them, my chart pops up. Very nice. And I also want to make sure that my chart over here is set up so that we can get a bigger view on occasion. All right, I search by volume, folks. I set this all up and I bring up my highest volume to the top. Why is that? The more volume, normally the more trades. The more trades, the more price action. Voila, the price is moving. You can get some serious gains. I mean, huge gains. As a matter of fact, if you look over on the OTCmarket.com, they'll show you what's going on at the time or even closing. Look at the stocks that did the biggest gains on the OTC market. They are stocks that have done 100, 1,000, 1,500 shares, and that's it. I don't know how they move that fast, that far with so little, but they do. But you can't predict that movement. You need water coming out of the hose, and you can predict where the water is going to go. If it's just a hose aimed, you have no idea when the water is going to move. So how can you predict where it's going to go? So we like buy them. Now I'm just going to hit them all. I'm just going to go through here, and we are just going to click each one, and you just keep your eyes open right here for the green, the blue, and the red. And while we're doing this, I want you to take notice of a few other details that you can see because you're not having to focus the way I am. Look at the chart action over here. If you see something in the bottom corner here starting and it's ending up here in the top corner, you just got a diagonal line that is total growth. This is 5 days. If you have 5 days of solid growth, you may want to continue looking at that chart and see if it goes back 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, and see how many days. Those are the safest investments you can make. Stocks that show growth after day, put your money in there. Let it grow while you're playing over here. And if you lose some over here, at least you've got growth there. Other thing I want to point out over here, I do have the volume. I do have the percentage change. You can see how big they've jumped today. I also have the last price, which is what we're searching by, and next to it, the 52-week high. Now, why do I do that? Well, you can see how high it's been this year. You can see how close it is to its high, and maybe how much gain there is in the gap. And the third and final thing, I'm putting up shares. Now, this is supposed to be an approximate float count. It's not completely accurate, but it does give you a general idea. And normally these are over the mark. So if you see something here at 14 million shares, CHNC, it might be 18 million or it might be 10 million. It's right around there. But this will give you a clue. I'll open this up a little bit bigger so you can have some gaps in there to read that. All right. Those are all interesting details that can come into play when you're playing a stock. All right, let's get into it, folks. I've been jibber-jabbering enough. Okay. I got to get into the gears here. Now, I primarily focus, there's one. That's definitely one right there. AAPT. AAPT has had a solid, strong day. Lots of volume at the end of the day. The only thing I'm not particularly crazy about here is the volume is decreasing rather than increasing. I would rather this be tall on the end. The MACD climbed the entire day. Let's back up just a wee bit here. I want to see how long she's been down there. Wow. All right, folks, you can see here. Now, this is probably December. No, that is not. That's June. So we got a high here about right there. It is just about ready to touch that high. That is going to be a resistance. It's going to want to hit that and bounce back. Expect the bounce back. But if the technicals down here are showing strength like this, then that bounce back is just that, a bounce back. And it will break through that and continue climbing. And the price right now is just over a penny. 0.011. So when it hits 0.022, just barely more, a penny more, you've doubled your money on this play. And it jumped yesterday. Let's come back in on that 5-minute mark. Actually, I want to see a 1-minute mark. All right, so this opened up at 008, and in the very first 2 minutes, it went to 116, which is giving you about, oh, that's tough. That's about 50% gain right there. And then it continued growing. The 3rd, 4th, 5th minute. See, this was a great bounce. That was perfect. That's what we want. And that's what we're expecting here. Now, we can see the 200 on the 1 minute is about ready to turn up. I see a little bit of aftermarket activity that doesn't seem to have hurt anything. All right, one last look at that 5 minute. We're getting a crossover right there. Now, what was I on before? Because this does not look like the same chart. I must have been on the 1 minute chart. No, 30-minute chart. Where did I see all that fire? Ah, see? You see the difference in these charts? This is a 30-minute chart showing all this fire. Now that means every 30 minutes it is showing growth. So even in 15 minutes, it may fall, but in the next 15 minutes, it's come up. So every 30 minutes, it's hitting a higher mark. This is showing nice growth. I normally don't look at 30 minutes. We just happen to fall on this by accident. So if we were looking at this on the 5-minute chart, which is what I predominantly judge something on, I would see that this is at 60. That is my floor on RSI. I don't want to go any lower than 60, and I really even don't like 60, but you got to draw a line somewhere. We have a crossover here just about. The blue coming over top of the one creates that X. That's a power move. A lot of people call that like a golden cross or a magic X. Whenever you see the MACD do a crossover, you see the red coming out into the green, that's a power sign. Now this isn't super strong. I'm going to give you that, but I like that half hour. So folks, I'm going to throw this up there. AAPT. Remember, any tickers we throw up there, go do a Google search in news. Set up the time so you're only looking in the last week, last month. You know, you can go to news on Google and put in a definition of time. So you're not seeing everything having to search. The other thing is just go to the OTCmarket.com, put in the ticker, and they'll bring up all the news and the filings on them that's current, and you can see what's going on right now. All right, are we still in 5 minutes? We are. Okay, back to 5 minutes. And we're looking for that fire in this corner predominantly. HIPL. Got a self-charging electric car that never needs to be plugged in. They haven't built it yet, but they've got the science, they say. That's something to think about. GGGI just had a merger a while ago with a cannabis company, Hempco. This is looking strong. And they just had some more news the other day. Can't remember what it was I read. You can see they had a strong giant bounce the day before, and it fell off of that. So I would have had this on our chart. It looked real good, but this has been flat for so long with a jump that big. Profit takers are predictable. Somebody's been holding this and wants their money, and yeah, it comes down to about the 50%. Take half of that surge. I'm just guessing here, about right there. If this is a strong stock, it'll fall down to the halfway mark. And like a ball, you see right here, if you threw a rubber ball in the water, it would go into the water and then come back up and float on the top. That's what a lot of these strong surges do. They go up, profit takers come in, it goes under the water, bobbles, and comes back up to the top. That's a strong stock. If it is not, it will fall to the bottom and come back down. This one bobbled, came back to the top, and normally when they come to the top, that means that they still have an attitude to grow. As you can see, that is the case here. So everything looks good on the 5 minute. We've got volume, we've got a crossover happening right now that is beautiful, and the MACD is at 68. GGII goes on our list. Okay, anybody got plans for the weekend? I don't have any plans but to make you some videos. I got a video coming out here in a day. I'll have it out this weekend, folks. It is on Beam. Beam is not an OTC stock, but it is a stock I expect to explode in the next 5 years and do 10 times over. That is close. Let's just get a little bit of look at it. All right. Punch in the nose, little volume. Okay, I really hate to see a big bar and little volume. That normally means only a couple people made expensive purchases. Just a couple people. So that means lots of people will want to steal the profits from it and bring it back down. We didn't have a lot of people pushing the price up. So even though this is at 63, you can see it's not a lot of blue here. Not really, but it is above the signal. Just had a crossover, just starting its green. It shows signs, but they're weak signs. So we're going to bypass this one. Flying through here. Don't want to take 2 hours to do this, but when you got 4,000 stocks, now are you guys watching all the rest of the details? You seeing any stocks up here? Remember, you can pause the video. You can see a stock I may have missed. Ooh, there's one. I saw this the other day. I saw the chart. All right, so Let's see where the day is. That's the 3rd, so that's the whole bloody day. Let me back out. I haven't got the picture right. There we go. All right. I want to get a bigger picture here, see if we hit any. I was wondering if that was a low bubble. That's what I was curious about. Steady, 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 drop, then climb. Whenever you see a drop climb like that, normally it's a low bubble. And what does that matter? A low bubble on a stock that has value is a for sale sign, and people jump on it fast and they start buying it up. Because, let's take a look here. That's 5 minutes. Let's go all the way out to 6 months. All right, now that's not even a really big low, is it? Right there is where you're talking about. And that gets you to, wow, that's less than a month ago. So people were excited to buy this on a month-old low. That's a 30-day low bubble that got them to move. That's incredible. I like that. All right, so looking at this, it does look like that's the 1 minute, that's the 5 minute. It is climbing. Look, we're starting to go parabolic right there. Right, it's going up and down. That MACD, the RSI is going parabolic. Parabolic means from a curve to almost straight up and down. And that is a humongous jump. We have lots of volume down here pushing that bar. So we have lots of people. How much volume was that? That was 1.6 million shares. And they sold today 28 million shares. This one definitely qualifies, folks. AUNXF. Okay, let's scroll this up. Keep scrolling down. Now, I really like the way this charts are set up so I can just fly. It was a lot more difficult for me till I found I could set this up. These yellow buttons I'm using, you can use any color you want. You can see here. All you got to do is go over here to this little tiny icon here of a gear, hit that button, and it will bring up a box that you type send to. Just type that in and it'll ask you what color and number you want, and you can put one of these in here too, and you can move it anywhere you want. And I just put it right there, so it's real easy for me. Oh, back up. Apti. Oh, I almost missed that one, didn't I? Sure did. Okay, Apti's been teasing us all week. We keep seeing her, but she's never had just the right setup. Today doesn't look like a bad setup at all. The volume is increasing. Boom, 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 it's at a high. We've got a lift up here, and it's pretty balanced. It looks good. I mean, it's not primo. The 200 here on the 5 minute is just softly starting to turn up, which is all we need. With this volume going up, it can lift it. MACD is starting to churn, and the RSI has been climbing for about an hour, and it's gotten up to 62. So let's take that. And just for curiosity's sake, let's take a big gander at the picture over the last 20 days. Matter of fact, I've added a new one here. I have 1 month, 1 hour, so I can see what a chart looks like for a month. And you can see for a month, it is climbing. So it looks like it wants to continue climbing. You also notice there are some big bounces in here. Nice bounces. All right, let's get back to our chart. That gives us 4 for our list. And white means that it had no trading change today. Green, again, obviously red is a loss. Okay, oh, that was close. Yes, see, there was no green here. It tricked me. I almost missed that. That's a huge jump. It jumped from 4.6 up to 5, like 46 to 50. Strong jump right at the end. RSI kicked up real hard. The volume isn't as strong as I like, and it actually settled low here. The only thing that's really pushed it up was the aftermarket, which is interesting. Aftermarket kicked it all the way up. Hop on Inc. You know, I just read something about HPNN a while ago. Let's take just a quick gander at the chart. All right, she was going flat, had a big rise up here at the end of the month, fell, and it does look like she's on a recovery. There is a possibility she could have a big bounce tomorrow. That is possible. She doesn't jump out at me super duper hard. Let me back this out. I want to see if it jumps. See, it didn't jump when I was going by it. You know, I'm going to put this on there because this interests me. Now, what I don't like is I am looking at a 200 coming down. And it could break through that. I mean, you know, that's what they do, but it is far, far down below the 200. So that's a tough one for me to call. Let me get these out of the way. I didn't even know these were straggling over there. I look at many charts at one time when I am trading. I'm going to skip this one, folks. It doesn't jump out, but remember HPNN, you may want to put it on your list. All right, I am looking in that top corner for my red RSI, 52.48. And what are the prices of our stocks up there? Most expensive stock, we haven't got anything even near $1. We haven't even got anything near 10 cents. Not seeing anything coming up. Although this Friday had some good play on the, on the big markets. There's a good one. GVSI, we saw this one the other day. Good vibrations. Good vibrations. You know, I'm familiar with this company. They've changed their name. I think they were into shoes, and I don't know. There's lots of information. You can go over to the investorhub.com. They've got a good DD package there. Just put in the ticker. You can get lots of information about this company. Excuse me. All right, the last two bars are good. We got green all the way. We got strong volume, maintained. They agreed during that 10 minutes. And the volume on those plays were 1.5 million. Strong MACD, strong RSI at 66. Taking a gander at the long chart, for the month, it has been climbing, hit a high of 0.5 over here in the middle of last month, has been going sideways for quite a while. Now, I wonder why she's been going sideways. I want to see one bigger picture. All right. I'll bet you this was just before. No, I was going to say February. That's not. That's April, March. Huge growth. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. From 0002 up to 6 cents. Wow, folks. You're talking thousands of percentage gains there. Goodness gracious. And it looks like this 200 is very strong, and she shows signs of wanting to bounce. She did this before. You can see the climb. She could be ready to do another one of those. So we're going to put good vibrations, GVSI, over here as well. All right. Looking. You keep looking for other stuff. Oh, see, now this looks good. We've got aftermarket at the same. Now it's been like 15 minutes. It's been fighting at this price. Is that a high bubble? Let me back this out. It's better if we just come in for a month. Definitely not a high bubble. Definitely a big jump at the end of the day. Is that the same chart? It sure is. That's on the 1 hour. All right. So you can see the 1 hour definitely had a big jump. A big jump here in the morning, and it fell. She has a habit of big jumps. So this is a bit tough to read. Looking just at the 5 minute, I would say she is definitely worthy of the list. She's at 68 RSI, strong MACD for the whole day. The whole day she grew. The only thing I don't like is that volume. Not enough volume for such a push in price. I'm going to pass on this one, folks. If you want it, it is CIVX. All right, coming back to HMPQ. HempQ is showing some growth, but nothing to brag about. Herb, another. Oh, this one. All right, we can see over the 5 minute, it has been really on a downhill slope, and it pushed hard right here. Had to stabilize itself like a little cane so it didn't fall over. Tried to go up, then came down. It's just like balancing itself, keeping right down that center lane. What I noticed, though, is here at the end of the day, we did have a surge. Not strong enough. I see the 200 here is starting to come up. Just to get a gander what's happening there, that's on the 1 month look. It looks like it wants to come up, but not a lot of power. We're going to get out of here. That one don't cut it. Curiosity is good. Oh, I missed Babel. Oh, what are we down to here? We're down to 9 million shares now. Share count is important, especially if you want to run in the morning. Now see, here's one. Starts at the bottom corner, has gone all the way to the top corner. That's 5 days of growth. And there's your 5 days. We looked at it. There's our blue line. So we looked at it on this day. We expected it to jump. It did jump on that day. We got out here at 10, and that was its high for the day. Fell, and okay, not the high for the day. Well, yeah, pretty much. So you can see we were in this before. I'm going to back out again. Let's see on the 1 minute. Yeah, that's kind of tough to read. You can see that she is on an uphill climb, though. She doesn't cut it for our Momo plays, but she is definitely moving up in the right direction steadily. Well, here's one with pre-market, after-market activity, but you can see even when she has these big jumps, like it just had, that doesn't mean anything. It just comes down, so we're passing this one. Pre-market, after-market runs, it's like the Wild Wild West. They don't work on the same rules we do. I will sell during pre-market, and I might even buy during pre-market, but to trade during pre-market, after-market, even the charting is not the same. I can't read them properly, so I don't put a lot of strength into it. Okay, we got a big bounce here. Volume got strong at the end of the day. It is churning on the MACD, and it's just approaching 60, but not showing any oomph. That's showing oomph. Okay, there's your 5 minute. Has been growing for 2 days strong. Woo, woo. This one had a serious, this is Humble. TSNP did a reverse merger with Humble, a fintech company, which has gotten into crypto now as well. So they had a big bounce the other day, went from 83 cents to 93 cents. So you had yourself more than a 12% gain just on the bounce. But you can see it fell fast. Let's come in on that minute, just so we can understand how that played out. All right, right there. Oh, it's not doing it. I wonder if I pull this. Nah, forget it. All right, in any case, it is showing right now very strong growth. Another big surge, straight across, down, no. It bounced off the 20. You can see that came down, hit the 20, which is what your signal lines, your SMAs are good for, bounce offs, and it just kept going. And it looks like it wants to continue to go. So I'm putting Humble up here. Finally, a stock that's close to $1. That one is at 93 cents. All right, coming back to our search. I like that. Okay, EPAS, Brav, Ember. We're down to 4 million shares. I'm surprised Humble only moved that many shares, or that few shares, I should say. Yeah, this is looking weak now. Volume is getting lower, so is the RSI. Okay, I think I'm going to switch on over to our other page now. Wow, there's a jump. Couldn't foretell that one though, could you? Not a clue until the next morning. But had I seen that the next morning, I thought it was going to drop for sure. So somebody took that from 7 cents to 13 cents. Almost 100% gain in one sale aftermarket, pre-market hours. Wow. All right, I'm coming over here now. We're going to go to our other page, and we will start at the top there with new volume. 546 million is where we're starting. TGGI. TGGI is a shell company. It's super cheap right now. They're doing no business because they are preparing for a merger with a $6 billion Chinese special winery company that has no stocks being sold in this country, and you can't sell foreign stock on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. So they're going to do it with this stock. How do I know? Because the CEO of the company in China is also the CEO of TGGI. What do you think? And a stock going for 006 as soon as it merges with a $6 billion company? So this one is expected to pop whenever the merge happens. We just haven't heard any more news. And most of the news I found on it was from Chinese newspapers. I've posted a lot of information on Twitter and Facebook about it. So I'm quite familiar with this company. But as you can see, not doing anything right now. Swarm, RSHN. I recognize many of these companies, but the OTC market has been doing nothing while the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, the SPY, the Q, they are tearing it up. They are setting new records every other day. The NASDAQ has set 53 new highs this year alone. It's tearing it up, folks. We are into new territory, and it seems to have sucked all the energy right out of the OTC market. But we are in the summer. The summer are very slow months for trading. It gets even worse through September and October. Sorry to tell you, the volume just drops a lot. But November and December are tear-up months. You got Christmas and Thanksgiving coming up, New Year's. All of these things make us feel good and happy inside. So we trade better because market sentiment has a lot of good cheer involved in it. And there's a lot of commerce going on at the end of the year. All right, we got a jump here. It was going sideways all day, and then it decided to take a bounce. Actually, it was sideways step, step, sideways step. So this is showing progress. You can see it here. It isn't fast, it isn't mighty, it isn't strong. And we have just a little aftermarket activity supporting where the day ended. Does it jump out at me? No, but it's in the red. And I don't ignore fire, folks. You can't ignore fire. You will get burned if you don't. Fire is always hot. All right, so we're at 64 million. That is just about ready to touch. It's at 59.2. MACD is climbing, had a big punch. Low volume, though. Not showing a whole lot of promise. We haven't seen a whole lot of them jumping out at us, but what do you expect with the market with low volume? This one's starting to turn up. Where was it? It was at 81 cents, 77 right now. Naked. NAKD. I put a post up on Facebook about this company, and they brought up a picture of people in underwear because that's what they sell, underwear. The company's called Naked. Facebook kicked me off for a week. Said I was promoting nudity. It was just a link. They brought up the picture. Okay, this one hasn't got as much of everything as I like, but it is set up nicely. Look at the volume. Up, 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 all the way up. Highest is at the end of the day. We do have a green bar. It has been climbing, not tremendously strong, not overly exaggerated, so we don't have to worry about a fallback. It is at 61 on the RSI, which is just off the floor, and the MACD is climbing. Let's take a look at a long view of this. Let's see what 1 month looks like. Okay, so she just hit a high here a little while ago, 0022, and she's at just under that at 0017. And 200 looks to be pushing down. She would have to fight to get through this, which she's just done, and it looks like she wants to continue doing it. Does she look like a good surge for us? Well, I gotta say the price is good. It's easy to double your money, but it doesn't do any huge surges. So I'm gonna pass on this one, folks. This is SUTI, S-U-T-I. Sugar Made, Sundial. Lots. Oh, that was Red Hawk, not Sundial. 62 RSI. We got a green kicking up here. 200 SMA is about ready to pull up. Not very strong though, although the MACD is looking nice. Bounce up, bounce up. It took a drop here. Decided it wanted to be up again and went up. Now that's a perfect price right there. I got to tell you that. This is my drool in the corner of my mouth sort of things. 001. Soon as this hits 002, you've doubled your money. Where's 002? 002 is way up there. Let's come out. Now that's on the 1 hour on the monthly. Let's come out on 4 hours just so we can see. I'll bet you that's February. No, that's January. January, February. That's the stimulus month. That could be some stimulus, but I don't know. That's huge. That went to 003. This is 001. Yeah, obviously in the middle is going to be 002. That's going to be your mark right there for the 50%. And algorithms, remember this stuff. They don't have short memories. They got long memories. And you can see this looks like about the 50% in a lot of these here. So this looks like someplace it's going to want to hit and will be a strong resistance. Will it jump there in a day? Nah, I don't think so. But that's the way it's set up. It looks like it wants to start recovering now, but it doesn't look like a huge surge. It is on a great price, though. Great price. All right, coming back to our search. Where are we at? We are on 24 million shares now. Still looking at that corner right there. Let me bring that down. I know that moves around a little bit. ZOM, Saw them at a big fall yesterday. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Where are we at? 58. My eyes are blurring now. 63. This one doesn't look bad. This one looks pretty good. Strong volume the last 20 minutes. Higher. 10 SMA, 20 SMA, and the 200 all go in the right direction. Nice spaces between them. Let's back that up so we get a little bit of perspective. So it was climbing all day, bottom corner to the upper corner. Got a crossover happening right now. I prefer more green, but a crossover is a definite technical sign that tells you it's moving to strength. Put the blue above the white, you are in a strong position. RSI is now at 63. They've done 21 million shares, 20% gains today. Let's just get a gander at the long look. So she hit a high the other day of 1.5 pennies, and now she is just under a penny. Okay, this one I really like. Again, just under a penny. You could probably put in a penny bid since it's at 0.096. You'd be 4 ticks above it, 4 pips, and you would be at a penny. If you got this at a penny and it hits 2 pennies, it may not be a single play. You know, you may not be playing for a paycheck. You may be looking for a stock that just rises for a while. And this could be one of those stocks. It looks like it's setting up. Like here, it looks like it's coming back for another one of these. It does look very potent. I'm going to throw this on the list because it does set up nicely for my play, and I think this could be a good recovery play. So I may end up throwing this into one of my other watches. Now that's a lot of bloody stocks, folks. I really don't like having that many stocks up there. It makes for going through these on Tuesday tough. So maybe we won't look at the bust. I'm not quite sure yet. But they all did have potential, and we don't want to turn our backs on potential. This one's showing something. That's Pooge Technologies. I think they just got in with another company. They were very hot a couple months ago. 57. Trying to get through these quick now. RMSL, REM sleep. REM sleep, I'm expecting them to be bought out. They just patented a new item to help people sleep, something that goes on your nose. And there's another company that seems to buy every single company up that comes up with a new patent. So I'm expecting this company to be bought up. I don't know when. It's just a prediction I have. PJet, Vism. Whoa, strong aftermarket activity there. Viper, missed that one. 58. There's one. That is definitely strong. VDRM. Oh, doggone it. I sold this a while back. Veriderm. Veriderm has like a CBD topical creams, all sorts of them. They do stuff. They actually do stuff. It's not just that they say they do stuff. They seem to do stuff. So this has been climbing today. At the end of the day, it's been going sideways easily. Then something popped here. 1, 2, 3 of strength, fell. Probably had some profit takers who were sitting there for a while, bored. A few got out, and then it started to climb again. And the volume got strong. And look, we've got a turn up here. Very strong in the MACD. RSI is showing signs of continuing to growth. Let's get a bigger picture here. There's your 4 hour, 6 month. The low bubble back here. It hasn't been this low since May is when it was this low. It hit a high, came down. Does it look like it's going to recover? Well, that's a serious drop it took right here. So it's tough to say. Tomorrow, though, it looks like, tomorrow being Tuesday, talking business days, tomorrow it could do a bounce. It has a habit of not doing that. Let's come in on the 1 month. That was a very strong bounce. But you don't see, well, here's another strong bounce. Looking at the first screen, there's another one. So there's a possibility. There's a possibility this could do something tomorrow. However, honestly, I expect profit takers. So it's been like a week and it's just come back up. So all the people who bought in down here are unhappy. So if they can get their money back to there, they're going to sell. So this is a very strong resistance support right there that it's going to have to break through. But it could play out tomorrow, Tuesday. All right. I'm going to whip through these quick. 62 VGID. It's only bouncing off of its high here. I don't see anything special, even though it had power. It's a sideways play most of the time. So we're going to bypass that one, even though it does show some good signs there. So I didn't get any comments down below about playing music in the background for maybe when you don't want to hear me or I'm actually not talking. This shows signs. We've got 3 bars of strength here, 3 signs of growth. Is about to come up on the 200 SMA and do that slow turnaround. MACD is climbing, but the RSI is just now approaching 60. This is SNRY. So I don't know if it's got anything else to give. Yeah, like I was saying, I could put background music in here and, just turn it up when I'm not talking and turn it down when I am, because I can control that after the fact. So, leave me a comment. What do you think about that? All right, we're down to 5 million shares on our last page here. Remember, volume is key. You got to have volume. The price can move up, but without volume, you can't predict it. That barely hits the mark. We're at 60 RSI, 23 MACD, and it is growing, but there's no volume on that last play. None at all. We didn't get too many stocks in here with aftermarket, pre-market activity. All right, too close, can't see it. Back up. So we got lots of volume here. Lots of volume. Not as much as the full day, but it got interesting again. The back half of the day it was growing, and the back half of the day had lots of RSI in the red, including the end of the day. Let's just take a quick look. That is a strong growth. Her high here is at 2.8. She's at 2.2. She could have a jump in the morning. Definitely strong on the 1 hour. Definitely. All right. Oh, goodness. That's about as many stocks. If I go any further, it's going to push my chart down and make my magnification box change, and that's a lot more work for me. So, God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I hope I don't find any more hot ones. I can't fit them on my list. 59, no, nothing there. Oh, I was already up there. Extreme, downhill climb. Now, look at that, folks. I saw this on Friday, and I pointed this out to someone I was talking with. Look at this. Stair step, small, bigger. Look at these bounces. Small, bigger. Look at the RSI. Have you seen a chart like this before? You'd think I'd made this up. You'd think it was fake. This is a very interesting chart. Now let's just see. That is 5 days. Let's take a look. There's your 1 hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hit a low bubble. So you can see she was coming down, hit that low bubble. Whoa, maybe this stock has some value to it, because once that low bubble hit, that's when people started buying. And it has been getting more and more. Look at this. Doing, doing, doing. Looks like a rubber ball going up a hill. And look at that RSI. So if you're interested in a stock to watch, maybe you're interested in playing it. Look at that volume at the end of the day here. Now, it didn't show a grand bump here, but it still shows interest. It shows people are wanting this. And I don't know a thing about this stock, but I thought you might be interested in seeing that. Very interesting stock layout. Made it easy to consider, didn't it? Okay, we are down to 3 million shares. These are now getting to the point of not even being worth considering. Again, one from the bottom corner all the way to the top corner. That's a solid 5 days growth. Looking at a month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. She had 5 days of growth, was going sideways. Let's get a bigger picture there. Wow. So she had hit this high back in January, February, which is the stimulus month. Everybody got money there. Hit a low here. Wow, look at that low. That's the lowest low. I mean, it goes all the way back here, and never ever in this year did it touch that low. That was a buy signal. Absolutely. Now, I don't know, I gotta know. We're going back 1 year. Okay, so there was its high. So you can see right there, all the way across, it has pretty much been sitting on this even keel. Above and below, it comes back to this price. So it could go back to another high and then come back down. Interesting stock. Okay, we are down to 3.2 million, and I do believe I am going to, there's a little bit of growth. What stock was that? That was WLAN. Sorry. Remember, you can always pause. I can only magnify so much and go so slow. Okay, that looks to be about it, folks. We're down to 2 million shares, which just isn't going to cut it. There we go. That is our list. It's a little big, but hey, if they're all running and you got to choose from 3, 4, 5 that are over 100%, I apologize. Seriously, it gives you a lot to look at. You will be looking for the fastest runners. If you're getting in after the bell, which you should be unless you do some DD and learn something about a particular stock that you think is going to have a catalyst from it on Tuesday, put your money in on that one. But again, in either case, you want to bid a little higher than the closing price. You want the price to come meet you. You want to be ahead of it. And if it stops short of your bid, you'll get it at the lowest price. Exit on the markets. Remember, as soon as you buy your stock, set up for the sell. And you want it at market, so you don't have to choose a price. All you got to do is hit the button. You know, the ejection seat on the car. Just be ready. And grab the green. If you see it going red and falling, hit that eject button. Get out fast. All right, folks. I will be back with you on Tuesday morning. We will see how these went. I wish all of you luck. Good luck. And remember, the more you know, the more you grow. See ya.